A blessed day to you, my dear people of God. I hope everybody's safe no matter where you are and no matter what you do, and be always in good shape. Okay? So today, I would like to share to you my reflection for the 29th Sunday in Ordinary Time. In today's Gospel, which is taken from the Gospel of Mark, it was James and John who request the position that one may sit on the right and the other on the left, when Jesus had seated in his kingdom. But in the other synoptic Gospels, the one mentioned was their mother who requested for that position for her children. Maybe they were thinking of promotion and are applying for it. They were thinking that they have the ability, the capacity, and are worthy of the place. The other 10 disciples, when they heard about the request, they become indignant. Not because they were humble, but because these two went ahead of them in asking the same request. The remaining 10 was angry because they thought of themselves more qualified than James and John. The issue in the Gospel text is on the misunderstanding of the apostles about the definition of position and authority. Their notion of authority and position is still rooted on the conventional human understanding about power and authority. For the world, position and authority includes money, connection, and absolute power. Jesus let his apostles understand the meaning of discipleship. He told them that the discipleship does not entail money, connection, nor absolute power, but of service. That they are not called to a position to rule over people, but a leadership through service, which is popularly known as leadership by example. Jesus said, "Whoever wishes to be first among you will be your servant. For the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve." The Gospel text we have today is very timely because the Holy Father has convoked a synod on synodality, which will be running from October 2021 to October 2023. The theme is For a Synodal Church, Communion, Participation, and Mission. To begin it all, last October 9 to 10, the Holy Father convoked the 16th General Assembly of the Synod of Bishops in Rome. It is very timely to understand what the authority in the Church is all about, that it is actually the total service to the Church and the people of God through service, which is given as a common mission to all those who are baptized. We are all invited to become leaders because a leader leads his people to do deeds that are productive. A leader sets an example so that his subordinates will follow him. And there is a difference between a manager and a leader. A manager have people work for them, while leader have people follow them. A leader thinks of people as people. A mere manager sees only titles or organizational charts. A leader is thrilled when team members achieve great things, while a manager is threatened by his subordinates' achievements. A great leader empowers people with honesty and transparency. A mere manager parcels out information as if it cost him personally. A great leader understands that if the team falls short, it is his responsibility. A manager blames the team. So the church needs leaders who will encourage people to follow the very example of Jesus in the name of service and love for his people. Jesus reminds us again that to be his true disciples, we have to serve the rest and meet the needs of others. Jesus' whole life was of service. If we want to become worthy followers of Christ, then we should offer to the church the best of what we have. We must be willing to give our time, talent, and treasure to the church, though we don't receive any salary. There are many people who are not ready to offer their service freely because they understand that the efforts they did should always have an equivalent amount of money. That is why I salute those people who are very willing to give their time and talent freely in the name of service to the church, as choir, as catechists, as lectors, as members of the PPC, as ushers, as offerers, as altar servers, and to do maintenance for the church buildings and other forms of service. Even your mere presence to the church portrays service. Your effort of bringing your children to the church symbolizes service. Think of any simple act of service that you could offer to your neighbor, to your friend, and much more to a stranger. There was a priest who visited a sick in the hospital. He made this on a regular basis. This old woman suffered a great ordeal and was visited by many people, particularly from the parish where she belongs. As the priest was preparing to leave, the woman said, "Father, I want you to know that I pray for you. I also pray for our parish, and I also pray for those who visit me, and I also pray for the doctors and for the nurses. It is my way of helping others." This old woman, who could not leave her bed, still wanted to serve others in her own little way. She did not want to just receive. If service becomes our usual practice, then we will always find a way to offer it to anybody in any way we can. It's all about practice. If we got used to serve, then we will always find other alternatives to render service to our neighbor. If we are not able to give corporal works of mercy, then offer them spiritual works of mercy instead. But of course, ideally, we need to do both. And so, let us ask ourselves, what is it that I have offered to the church and to God's people? Let us learn from what Jesus says. Whoever wishes to be great among you will be your servant. So then, what are we looking for in this life? Promotion? Salary? Honor? Fame? Do we want to become a manager, or do we want to be of service to all? Let us remember that Jesus becomes our master because He serves us all. Amen.